It's called to order the city council meeting for May 20, 2026. Welcome those who are in the building with us and those who may be observing or participating remotely. We welcome you to our meeting to conduct the business of the city. Let's start tonight by following Council Member Evans in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council, is there any conflicts of interest that you would have on any agenda items tonight that needs disclosed?
None.
No.
Nope. No.
Great. Let's move on to the approval of the minutes from May 6th. If you've had an opportunity to review those.
I have reviewed the minutes and I would make a motion that we approve the minutes for the May 6th study session as well as city council meeting.
Second.
A motion and a second. Do you have those both, Alexis? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Heiner,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese.
Yes.
Great. For our general business items, item number 1 is the acceptance of our FY 25 comprehensive financial report. This is an action item by council, and Dorn Lamson from Deaton and Company is here to represent his findings in the audit.
Thank you. My name is Doran Lamson. Thank you, Mayor and President and council members, for this opportunity to present to you our audit for the fiscal year, for the city of Chubbuck for the fiscal year ended September 30th of 2025. We have audited the financial statements and in doing so provide an opinion that the financial statements presented to you are presented fairly in all material respects. The respective financial position of the government activities information of the city of Chubbuck, Idaho as of September 30th of 2025. In addition to that opinion, I'd like to kind of quickly go over some of the report items, and that is the responsibility of management on that report discloses that we provide an opinion, but management's responsible for these financial statements, their preparation, and the procedures and policies in place to ensure they're properly reported. And so anytime there's a question on financial statements, we encourage anyone to contact the city management over the treasurer to answer those questions. As auditors, we're required to audit in accordance with government auditing standards, and we have done so for this audit in order to provide our opinion. In doing so, we're required to exercise professional judgment and maintain professional skepticism throughout the audit. We're required to identify and assess the risks of material misstatements of the financial statements, whether due to fraud or error, and design and perform audit procedures responsible to those risks. Such procedures include examining on a test basis evidence regarding the amounts and disclosures in the financial statements. This is important so that you guys know this is not a forensic audit. We're not looking at every single transaction. We're performing analytical procedures. We're performing sample testing and obtaining audit evidence to provide our opinion. But we're not looking at every single transaction, and that's why the opinion is on the financial statements as a whole and as a material respects. We're also required to evaluate the appropriateness of accounting policies and reasonableness of significant accounting estimates made by management, as well as evaluate the overall presentation of the financial statements. And to conclude, in our judgment, there are conditions or events considered in the aggregate that raise a substantial doubt about the city's ability to continue as a going concern for a reasonable period of time. And a reasonable period of time is 1 year from the date of our auditor's report. That's what's deemed a reasonable period of time. Because the city is subject to government auditing standards, I'm also required to issue a report on internal controls over financial reporting and on compliance and other matters based on the audited financial statements performed in accordance with government auditing standards. I do not opine on the internal controls and procedures, but I'm required to disclose if I run into any issues that are deemed significant or a material weakness in internal controls during our procedures. Also, if we run into any non-compliance, we're required to disclose that if it could have a financial, a significant effect on the financial statements. That being said, our financial statement report did not disclose any issues of non-compliance or issues of material weakness or significant deficiency in internal controls. That being said, there could still be that risk, but once again, that wasn't the purpose of our audit or opinion. In addition to the auditor's reports, we're also required to disclose any disagreements with management. That being said, for us accountants, right, we're required to disclose that means for accounting purposes. It's okay if management disagrees with our parenting methods or religious belief or whatever. That's fine. It has to do with accounting, and for all fun and purposes, we did not have any such disagreements during our audit. That being said, if there is ever a time where there's a disagreement with the auditor, management has the ability to go out and obtain, if you will, a second opinion from a qualified CPA practice to gain an idea of that to overcome that disagreement, if you will. Fortunately, we're not aware of any disagreement or that there was an outside accounting firm contacted. We're also required to perform analytical procedures on kind of your budgetary items and look at statistical information, but that information is not audited and is disclosed in the audit. That being said, we do want to thank all of management for Dan and Eric and their hard work of getting this audit finalized. We appreciate council and mayor that participated in various interviews and questions. At this time, that concludes my auditor's report, unless there's any questions.
Just are they following all government accounting procedures?
That's what we found.
So their practices are good?
Correct.
That's all I got a question.
Question.
Council, other questions? You okay?
No, good. Thank you.
Thank you, Doran.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Council, before we move to a motion, I just want to offer, independent of the audit work that Deaton does, as I've had the opportunity to go through the actual financial statement themselves, I don't have any concerns about accuracy, but there are items in there that I admitted I don't understand. And so for me, from a clarity standpoint, I'm curious if you have looked at those documents and if you have questions and if it's worthwhile for us to look at a future opportunity that we can all sit down together and with input from our treasurer and accountant, maybe learn a little more about what the actual document means. And again, for clarity, I don't have any questions about the content, the facts, the figures. I'm just trying to, for myself, have a better understanding. I can do that independent, one-on-one with staff, but if the council has an interest, I would be open to having a greater discussion involving you.
I'm good.
Okay, that doesn't require an action tonight. I just
Nope, but
wanted,
we do
I
need
wanted
to
your
accept
input
it.
for that. We'll look forward to doing that. It'll probably be, in all honesty, it's probably be after our budgeting process, but we do need an action item tonight, a motion and a second to accept the audit of that FY 25 comprehensive plan as presented.
I'll make a motion to the acceptance of the FY 25 comprehensive financial report as presented to council.
Second.
Let's take Dan Heiner as the second. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner.
Yes.
Thank you, Doran. Appreciate your help. Agenda item number 2 is an approval of the Burnside Commercial Park condominium short plat and findings of fact and conclusion of law. Mr. Street, are you speaking on behalf of this? Please, podium's yours.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Chris Street, HLE Incorporated. I'm representing Concord Properties LLC for the commercial Burnside Commercial Park condominium plat. Some of you may be familiar with this property. We brought this before you last year as a one-lot short plat with the plans that we are presenting today to be developed into 16 units condominium plat. These units will be offered for sale separately, and they basically consisting of the buildings themselves, the area around the building, the parking lot, the infrastructure will be owned by the condominiums. It's interesting to note on this property, it's currently serviced by the municipal system. Anything inside the property will be owned, operated, and maintained by the condominiums. And so the city will not take care of the infrastructure, namely the sewer, water inside the condominiums. Excuse me. We feel like this is a great addition to the city. Great location for it in the general commercial zone at C2. So we ask for your approval on this tonight.
Council, any questions of Mr. Street?
Are you good with the recommendations?
I am good with recommendations. Thank you.
That's so.
And that's just a clarifying question. There's a building under construction. on
There
this
is a
site,
building
so-
under construction currently, yep.
So the intent of this plat is to go from, in essence, what was one lot that would have had multiple buildings to individual lots per building.
Yep,
in
correct.
essence. Okay,
So it'll
thank
be
you.
sold off. So,
Great, thank you,
Thank you.
Chris. Sean?
Sean Harris, Development Services Manager. The plat application for the Burnside Commercial Park condominium plat has been reviewed by staff, meets the standards of Title 16, 17, and 18. There is no pressurized irrigation system requirement as the property had previously relinquished the irrigation water rights. Staff recommends approval. If approved, recommend approval of findings of fact and conclusions of law with the following conditions. A successful execution of a development agreement. If staff and developer are unable to reach a consensus of the requirements for construction through the development agreement, staff will bring items of disagreement before city council for a final decision. Number 2, the sewer system south of the proposed manhole in Burnside Avenue, SSMH number 1, is considered private as it only serves this development and will be owned and maintained by the developer/property owner. And number 3, the water system south of the 6-inch water meter vault is considered private as it only serves the development and will be owned and maintained by the developer and property owner. And all infrastructure has been completed for this development.
Council, any questions for staff?
No.
You said these were condominiums, right?
Mhm.
So these are individually owned?
Yes.
So who, I guess I'm a little confused. So these are private, these two recommendations, the water meter and the manhole are all
It will be privately owned by an HOA.
HOA?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I need. Thank you. I'm good.
No questions. We have a motion, council?
Make a motion to approve the Burnside Commercial Park condominium short plat and the findings, facts, and conclusions of law with the recommended conditions.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Did you get both those, Alexis? Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 3 is approval of an opioid participation agreement. This is an action item. Documents in your packet. I've asked Ryan if he would please address this issue.
So the city's already agreed to participate in national opioid settlements with some distributors, manufacturers of opioids, and this is just another one. And it says with 6 remnant defendants. So there's other defendants along the way that are entering into these agreements. And so we've got a deadline if we want to participate in this. These 6 defendants have already agreed to a settlement. If we qualify, we will be one participant of many in the settlement amount. If we don't qualify, then we won't lose anything because we wouldn't have got any anyway. So my recommendation, I guess, and my ask would be these monies that we've used for the opioid settlements have gone to our DARE program to help combat the opioid epidemic. And if we get others of these, I guess my request would be the council authorize the mayor to sign this agreement, but also if we get other settlement documents like this, that we can participate in those as well with the same purpose. So I don't know if you have other questions. They haven't given us a lot of information. You have what they've sent us.
So we're just approving this, basically. And then
Yes,
if we-
entering into the agreement. Yep. If we don't, then we will get nothing from this.
Mhm.
And if we do, and we fit all of the qualifications, then we will receive a payout. And it's a one-time payout, different than the other ones that Joey's not here, but we get kind of small annual payments that come in. This is a one-time payment.
Okay.
And for Claire, I think Ryan's recommendation is this is not our first.
Right.
And they're pretty benign.
Yes.
They don't commit us to anything other than opportunity to receive funds. He's asking if we want to authorize mayor's authority to sign future ones if they come, or do you want those all to come back to council?
No, I would make a motion that we approve this agreement and any future ones that may come for the mayor to authorize or sign those as well.
And that would be for national opioid settlement.
Yes.
Litigation, which is what we have entered under the umbrella of
Mhm.
already, and this is just one
Right.
of those under that umbrella.
Right, the same thing.
So if they're under that umbrella, that's the motion.
Yes.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Reese,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez.
Yes.
Thank you. Agenda item 4 is approval of items for auction and disposal. This is also a request by Attorney Lewis. Do you want to address this at all, or?
So, almost everything is going digital. We don't have a lot of books, but, we still maintain Idaho code books, and that the new versions come out annually when, and those new versions that come out incorporate the new laws that the legislature passes. They incorporate new case law that may have, reported case law that the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeals may have issued in the year. And so these new versions come out and the old versions don't really serve a big purpose. And so, I'm just asking that we can, dispose of the old Idaho code books, where we have newer versions.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the disposal of the old Idaho code books.
Second.
All right. didn't my
Let's
mic-
take Norm on the second, please. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner.
Yes.
And then can I get who had that second?
Motion by Dan, second by Norm.
Thank you.
Agenda item 5 is a discussion and possible approval of a water line project. Information's in your packet, but Bridger, will you please address the council?
Bridger Morrison, Public Works. As described in the memo, if you may recall, a couple of years ago, came to you, ITD had identified a project to replace some of the concrete on Yellowstone Avenue. When we when we were notified of the project, we identified a section of water line that we felt was in need of replacement and trying to coordinate the two projects so that we could take advantage of the work ITD was doing. At the time, we signed a cooperative agreement with ITD, which allowed them to include our construction plans into their project. It has been bid. They accepted the bid. And we had the pre-construction meeting a couple of weeks ago. At the time, they were planning to move forward with the project. What I wanted to talk to you about though tonight is the cost. So at the time when we entered in, or when we signed the cooperative agreement, we had estimated that the cost of the water line infrastructure was about 400 and, what did I say in the memo? 480. About $480,000. That was somewhat early in the design phase, and we refined design. In addition, time has passed. In addition, ITD has a bunch of project requirements that we're not used to. And so the cost of the water line work, we're estimating is about $688,000. In addition, we recognized even at the time, we just didn't have an estimate of how much it would be, but we will have an obligation for concrete replacement above the water line that is not needed to be replaced by ITD, if that makes sense. And that's at about $480,000. So the total cost of the project is $1.2 million, roughly. That is very expensive for a water line. We want to be clear, that's very expensive for a project of this size. We reviewed it very carefully, trying to determine if it was warranted. Our water department and myself came to the conclusion that we do believe it's the best time to do the project, still our best opportunity to recognize any potential cost savings in trying to combine this with ITD. So my request is for you to approve us to go forward with it at that cost. Now, with all of that said, ITD, I had a conversation with them today. They are not 100% sure they're even going to move forward with the project. They're trying to be accommodating and want to do what they can to make this work for the city, but there are some timing issues as well as just some potential challenges that they see with the contractor that they're debating whether to split this up into a 2-year project or maybe even postpone the project. So I can't guarantee the project's even going to move forward, but if it does, I would like to move forward with our portion of the waterline project, if you're comfortable with that. So our cost is the 688?
That's the cost to put just the water infrastructure in the ground.
So our cost would be the 1.2 million?
Roughly 1.2.
Okay, all right.
And recognize that the scope of that could change a little bit throughout the project, whether additional concrete has to be replaced or removed in order to do the water line work. So it's our estimate, our best estimate, but it's a project that we don't have a ton of control over once construction starts. So it is a little bit, makes us a little bit nervous, but ITD is aware of that and they have assured us that they'll do all they can to.
So whereabouts is it? I forget.
So the actual ITD project is repairing concrete from, it starts at like Costco area, runs to, I think, our side of the railroad overpass. Is that where it changes asphalt? If any of you recognize. And then it starts again, basically at the diverging diamond and runs north to the police station. So that's the section of road work that they're doing. Our water line that we've identified as the highest priority is from Circle Inn, which is Smith's, to Mingo. Not a very long section, but it's the one that we have the most repairs currently that we've had to do. And so we've limited it to that because we did know it would be a very expensive project. It'd be nice to do the whole thing, but it's just
infeasible given the cost. Questions for me? Thank you. I assume, sorry, Ryan, I assume that's an action item.
It is an
That's a
action
request for an
item.
action item.
So the council's already approved the entry of a contract. We've already signed that contract and my recommendation to Bridger, because of the amount difference, was just to get the council's approval for the new amount, even though we had already authorized this work to be done. So, yes, an action item would be appropriate just to approve this amount for that ITD slab replacement project.
So it's an increase of approximately
100,000
800,000,
from the original estimate.
400,000 to 1.2.
Mhm.
Do we need to specify that or just, okay.
Just based on the memo of council, just to allow the city to move forward with the project as previously approved as set forth in the memo, I think it's just fine.
Okay.
Do we want to, council, and I look at you, Ryan, also, and Bridget, do we want to limit that to 1.2? So that we have to come back to council if it's
Richard hasn't
1.21?
seen it, No.
In our evaluation or our review of the project, we recognize 1.2 is likely not the end number. It may be plus or minus. We're comfortable with it being plus to some extent, but I guess my concern is, once we start, I'm not sure how we stop.
Right.
We don't want to put half the water line in if change orders start coming in. But I certainly also don't want to make that decision on my own, so I'm happy to.
So if the council is good with that, I would just recommend that based upon the memo, the city authorizes, or the council authorizes the city to continue forward with the IT slab replacement project, knowing that it will cost more. And I think that is sufficient. We've already signed the agreement. And I agree, once you get started. Now, old age set in, I had one other thing I was gonna say. Oh, we've been talking budget. This is proprietary water funds, right? And that's why it's, that's why this is the capital projects that, so this is funded out of the water.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I would be happy to bring change orders in front of council. If it's something that we can make a decision on, yes or no.
My recommendation would be the change orders would be informational. I think we have to know,
I don't
just like
think
the mayor
Yeah,
said,
we don't want to restrict,
forward or not.
tie anybody's hands.
Are you-
So should the motion leave a dollar amount
No.
out?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, leave it out.
Thank you.
Just authorize the city to continue forward with the Yellowstone project. Yes.
Thank you.
Does that make sense, council?
I move to authorize the city to continue forward with our contract with IT, noting that there will be increased costs.
Second.
You have both those, Alexis?
I missed that second.
Roger. Excuse me, Councilmember Hernandez.
All
Roll
right,
call.
Councilmember Reese,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Council, you have before you the claims for May 6th. Any questions, concerns, or a motion?
Having reviewed the claims for May 20th as presented, I would make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Motion and a second, roll call vote?
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Heiner,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Reese.
Yes.
Mayor, Mayor, council, on our general announcements, I don't have anything today. Is there anything from the council that you want to report?
I don't have anything.
Fantastic. Our council, oh,
We have a new
Economic Development
Thank you.
Director.
Do we have any information on those folks? Or we can share?
I think so. The contract isn't signed yet, but everybody knows. How's that?
Yeah, that's right.
Last,
Maybe if not signed.
I'll talk to you after.
Yes, okay.
Good, thank you.
I'm good.
Will, in the next couple days, we think the contract will be signed, but yeah, I'll visit with you.
and I had a discussion.
Just didn't know if the rest of the council knew or not, so.
I'll talk to you one by one on the way out.
I don't know if I know.
Okay,
good thing.
yeah, very much.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.